My name is Amy and thank you so much for joining us in celebrating Safer Internet Day 2022. Safer Internet Day is a really special event that's celebrated every year in over 170 different countries. It's all about starting a conversation about how fantastic life online can be and what we can all do to make the internet a safer and more positive space. In fact, just by watching this video, you are joining thousands of children and young people right here in the UK in marking this very special event. I think we should get started with the assembly. Let's go. Okay, so we believe that the internet is a really fantastic and exciting place to be, and I would love to start this video by giving you all a chance to think about how you have fun online. So wherever you are and whoever you're watching with, take a moment to pause the video and have a chat about what you enjoy doing online. Press play again when you're ready to continue. Welcome back! Okay, I have also been thinking about what I enjoy doing online and all of the fantastic answers I get to this question when I'm out and about in schools. So what I'd love to do with you is share some of the answers that I hear from other children and young people. I'm going to fill up the screen with all of these different examples, and as they appear, I want you to let everyone who you're with know whether it's something you enjoy as well. You could do that with a wave or a thumbs up, however you choose. So I'm going to disappear now, and we'll start filling up the screen with those different examples. So the first example I thought of was video calling friends and family. I think this is a really important one, especially after everything we went through when we were in lockdown. It was a really important way to still be able to speak to the people who we couldn't see in person. I've also got chatting to your friends. Maybe you have your own phone, maybe you talk to them on games. There's lots of different ways we can talk to the friends we've made at school or in clubs. You might enjoy using the internet to learn new things. Maybe you've got a special interest and you like watching videos or learning about that. Maybe you enjoy listening to music and dancing along with your favourite songs. Perhaps you're into watching videos, and the best thing about watching videos online is there are so many different types to watch. Whether it's unboxing videos, whether it's sports matches, whether it's TV shows, there are loads of different things that you can enjoy. Maybe you like sending emoji, and maybe you'd like to tell everyone around you what your favourite emoji to use is as well. And last of all, we've got a really important one that I definitely couldn't miss off this list. In fact, this is probably the most popular answer I get when I'm out and about in schools, and that is playing games. Now, interestingly, playing games is actually the theme or part of the theme for this year's Safer Internet Day, and it's something we're going to be focusing on in the rest of this assembly. So let's move on to the next slide, and again we've got a chance for you to have some more conversations with the people around you. This time I want you to talk about what games and apps you enjoy. Maybe there's particular games that you enjoy playing with your friends or your family. Now's the time to talk about it, and remember to press play when you're ready to continue. Off you go! Welcome back! Hopefully you've had a lot of fun sharing with everyone around you all of your favourite games and apps that you particularly enjoy. Now, the theme for this year's Safer Internet Day starts with the phrase all fun and games. So all the way through the rest of this assembly, I want you to keep in mind your favourite things to do online and all of the fantastic ways that you can chat with friends and enjoy yourself. But there is another part to the theme as well, and that is exploring respect and relationships online. I want to start by focusing on that word respect. I'm sure you've heard it before. It might be part of your school rules, it might be something that you've talked about a lot in class. So I want us to take one last chance to talk with the people around us and reflect on what respect actually means. So again, pause the video and press play when you're ready to continue. Fantastic work, everyone. I'm sure you've had some really productive conversations about what respect can really mean. Now, we're going to come back to this word a little bit later on, so don't worry too much if you haven't got a final answer, because now we're going to explore what respect might look and feel like through a game. The game that we're going to be playing is called Game On, and in this I am going to be showing you some messages that are happening on games and apps. Some of them are really fantastic messages, but some of them maybe aren't as respectful as they could be. And you're going to have a chance to think about whether this is a message that someone should send or whether it's a message that someone shouldn't send. Okay, are we ready? Let's get started. Okay, here is our first set of messages that we're going to look at, and it looks like they're happening in a game between Jumpy Frog 100 and Space Kangaroo. First of all, what fantastic usernames. I love that they're not giving away any personal information. Let's see what they've got to say. So Jumpy Frog 100 has said, "Sorry, I've got to go now. See you tomorrow in school." And Space Kangaroo has replied with, "Come on, can you not stay until the end of the game?" It can be frustrating when a friend has to leave partway through a game, can't it? Jumpy Frog has replied saying, "I can't." Now, Space Kangaroo has typed out another message. It says, "You know we're going to lose if you go now," and has got an angry emoji. Now, I can understand why Space Kangaroo is feeling frustrated, but I wonder whether you think if this is a respectful message to send or not. Is it going to help Space Kangaroo and Jumpy Frog's friendship, or is it going to possibly hurt their friendship? I want you to give a big thumbs up to show everyone in the room what you're thinking. If you think that this message is a respectful message to send, a thumbs up for yes, I would send it, and a thumbs down if you think maybe Space Kangaroo could word this better or it's not the best message to send. So show me your thumbs up or your thumbs down now, and let's see what I would suggest. So I think that this is probably not the best message to send. Not everyone is available all the time, and even though that can be frustrating, it's not okay to put pressure on someone or make them feel guilty if they need to leave a game. I wonder if any of you have any suggestions for what Space Kangaroo could say or do instead of sending this message. Pause the video now if you want to have a chat about this and come up with some possible answers, and press play when you're ready to move on to the next question. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next question now. Let's see what we've got. So it's another game, and this time the chat is between Skylab99 and Fly to Mars. Skylab says, "Please trade with me. You know how much I want it." And Fly to Mars says, "You've already asked me 3 times. I don't want to." Now Skylab's reply that they've typed out is, "Okay, if you change your mind, let me know." I wonder what we think about this one. Again, I want a thumbs up if you think this is a respectful or helpful message to send, and a thumbs down if this is a message that might hurt or harm their friendship. Let's see those thumbs now. And here is the answer that I would suggest. I actually think this is a great response. This is definitely one that Skylab could send. It can be really, really fun to trade things with other people in the games that we're playing, but remember, not everyone wants to trade all the time, and it is absolutely okay to say no to a trade if you're not comfortable with it. Skylab has done the right thing here by accepting Fly to Mars' decision. Now, whilst we're talking about trades, I want to give you a little reminder. If you are doing trades in any of the games that you play, remember that you should always be doing those using the official trading feature in the game, if there's one available. This is going to help make sure that that trade happens really, really safely. Okay? It means that you're much more likely to get what you want in response, and that no one's going to scam you out of any items or things as part of that trade. But remember, even if you are using an official trading feature, you still need to think really, really carefully about whether you think that trade is going to be fair before you accept it. Okay, let's go on to the next example and see what's happening. Right, it looks like this one might be a group chat. We've got lots of messages going on, so let's get stuck in. So the first message says, "Is everyone going to be on Fallen Dragon after school?" And then one friend replies saying, "Yeah, it's so good." And another replies saying, "Yes, I will be." And asks, "Icy Blast, what about you?" Icy Blast replies saying, "I'm not allowed on that game." And the first person who messaged says, "What?" And Icy Blast explains, "Well, the rating is too old for me, and it actually looks a little bit scary." So now we can see a response from that first friend in the game, Peanut Butter Boy, saying, "Ha ha ha, you're still on the baby games then." What do we think? Is this a respectful message to send or not? Let's see those thumbs up if yes, it is something that you could send, and thumbs down if you think actually maybe this isn't the best choice of a message to send. Okay, this is one that I probably wouldn't send. Let's see why. Well, it's really important to remember that the age ratings on games are there to help you and your families decide whether you're ready to play them yet. Someone you live with might give you permission to play on a game, but that doesn't mean that everyone else is allowed to, or even feels comfortable with the game. It's really important to respect other people's decisions. And again, I'm wondering if you can think of anything that Peanut Butter Boy or any of the other friends in the group could say or do instead of sending that final message. If you want to have a chat about that, pause the video now and see if you can come up with an answer, and then press play when you're ready to move on to the next question. Right, it looks like we've got a gaming chat happening between Cool Cookie and some of their friends. The first message from Cool Cookie says, "I want to take a break from this gaming group for a bit." And Shadow Sleeper replies saying, "Why?" Cool Cookie answers, "I'm not enjoying the group as people keep saying mean things to each other when we lose." And someone else has then responded, "Don't leave us." But Cool Cookie has left the group. I want us to think about the final message down here at the bottom that Shadow Sleeper is going to send via text. It says, "Come on, you are our best player. We need you so we can win." What do we think? Should Shadow Sleeper send this message or not? Let's have thumbs up if you think yes, they should send it, and thumbs down if you think there might be something better that they could do instead. Let's see what we think. This is actually a really difficult one. Let's think. Wanting someone on your team and sending them a message is a really, really nice thing to do, and everything that Shadow Sleeper has said in their text is really supportive and encouraging of their friend. So I can see why this might feel like a really great message to send. But it's also important to remember that Cool Cookie made it really clear they didn't want to be in the group for a bit and why that was. And as friends, it's really important that we respect other people's decisions and boundaries. I wonder if there's anything Shadow Sleeper could say or do instead or as well as sending this message. Pause the video now if you want to have more of a think about that. Press play when you're ready to continue. That is the end of our Game On game. And I want to say a massive well done. Great job to all of you. I really enjoyed working through those examples, and I'm hoping that you all had some really interesting conversations about which messages you would and wouldn't send and why. So now it's time for us to go back to that word that we were thinking about earlier on today, respect. And thinking about all of the different examples we've looked at, I want us to decide, what does being respectful online actually look like? Pause the video now, have a chat, and press play when you think you've got some answers. Off you go. Welcome back. I have also been thinking really carefully about this question. What does being respectful online look like? And I've got some answers that I'd love to share with you. Let's take a look at them. So I think being respectful online means including people when they want to be included. It's never nice to be left out, so I think that's definitely a good start. I also think being respectful online means being kind and supportive, especially to your friends. I think being respectful online means listening to other people and understanding that someone might not want the same things as you. For example, they might not want to play the same games as you, and that's absolutely fine. I think being respectful online means thinking about how your words and actions make other people feel, and never putting pressure on someone. Instead, you should accept their boundaries. Huge well done if you said any of these answers. Maybe you want to add to this list with other answers as well. Let's think now what we could do if someone is being disrespectful online, not doing any of those things, maybe being unkind, not listening to our boundaries, or excluding us. So the first thing that we could try is, of course, telling them how we feel or asking them to stop politely. You might feel comfortable doing that with your friends, but sometimes that can be really difficult to do online. So there are some other things that you can do as well. You could take a screenshot of what is going on so that you've got something to share with an adult that you know or trust. You could also use the block button. This means that that person can't contact you anymore, so their messages won't get through. It also means you won't be able to send messages to them. You could even use the report button. This is a button that you'll find on lots of games. What it does is it gives you a way to tell the safety team of that game or app that someone or something is breaking their rules. When you make a report, you have to tell them what's going on and why you think that it's a problem, and then they can investigate it and try and take action for you. But I want us to remember, even if we've blocked, even if we've reported online, if anything that we're experiencing when we're using the internet makes us feel upset or scared, angry, maybe worried, just confused, there is one really simple thing that you can do to get help. Pause the video now, see if you can work out what that one thing might be, and press play when you're ready to hear the answer. Okay, are we ready for that answer? It is, of course, talking to an adult for help and support. That could be a teacher in school, mum, dad, or whoever looks after you at home. Maybe you have another relative like a grandparent, an aunt or an uncle, maybe a teaching assistant. There are lots of people who want to help you. And any adult that you know and trust is a good person to talk to in these situations. Okay, I think that brings us to the end of our very special Safer Internet Day assembly. I wanted to come back on screen one final time to say a huge thank you for joining in and for working with us all the way through this special video. I am so pleased that you've made this decision to learn a little bit more about how you can be more respectful online and look after some of those friendships and relationships that you might have. Remember, you may not be able to control how other people behave online, but you can control your own behaviour and your own actions. So it's really important to always make respectful choices and be kind to those that you are playing games with. Thank you so much for celebrating Safer Internet Day with me today and with all of the other children and young people watching this video across the country. Happy Safer Internet Day, everyone!